Hi, I'm Matt Rosetta, the CEO of N6A, and this is Essentially Heroes, where each day we're speaking with a different essential worker who's on the front lines battling against COVID-19. And today, our special guest is Andrya Hernandez-Robles. Andrya, thanks for joining us.
Happy to be here.
Awesome. Now, Andrya, you are a high school English teacher out of Westminster High School just outside of Denver. Did I get that right?
Yep, in Westminster Public Schools.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Happy to be. Yep.
Just talk to us, I guess, tell our audience a little bit about what you do, what's your job, and then we'll talk about what it's like teaching in this environment.
So I am a public school teacher. I teach freshman and senior English, technically English 1 and English 4, but I do have students from all grade levels in those classes. We are a Title I school, so we do have a lot of students that come to school for a lot more than just learning. So we have to fit all of those rows at all times. And my biggest class is about 40 kids. Within the first 2 hours of, within the first 2 hours of my day, I see 80.
Oh my God.
And then my smallest class gets down to 15.
Oh my God. Wow. So you're seeing 80 kids before what, 10, 11 o'clock every morning?
Before 9 o'clock.
Wow.
We start at 7:05, and then
Wow.
our periods are an hour long.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I see 3 kids for half an hour to get to work, so I can't imagine 80.
They're seniors. They're really good kids. It's not, I respect kindergarten teachers so much.
Yeah, I'm sure.
40 seniors is a lot easier to handle than the youngins.
So obviously you're teaching in a totally different environment the past few weeks than you're used to. What's the adjustment been like to this virtual environment, and how's it going for you and your students, Andrya?
It's been a huge transition period. We're still in that transition period. The learning process for everyone, we are in constant communication with our district and our school, which I am extremely grateful for. Our district actually has been doing weekly briefings with us. So every Friday we have a Q&A session with our superintendent and with our board members, which has been fantastic. And we are doing weekly meetings as staff as well. And our principal emails us all the time, which is fantastic. I'm not used to a desk job. I didn't know what the influx of emails was like until this started.
That's true.
So we're used to being able to walk down the hall and just ask each other questions, right? And we don't have that anymore. And I think that has been part of the hardest transition, because we do have to rely on virtual communication with each other and with our students. And like I mentioned, you want to go ahead?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So like I mentioned, we are Title I. So a lot of our students didn't have devices at home, didn't have Wi-Fi, or are sharing that Wi-Fi connection with a large group. So we have to take all of that into consideration. And we did pass out Chromebooks to every student. And I think it was about twice a week leading up to this that we still had Chromebook distribution at the school. And now it's moving down to once a week, because most everybody has a Chromebook at this point. But yeah, it's hard. It's a lot harder than I ever imagined it would be.
I can imagine. Andrya, what's it been like from the student side? How has their experience been so far? What's kind of feedback you're getting from them?
They're stressed.
Oh, really?
They're extremely stressed. My seniors, my heart goes out to them. I have had a lot of emotional distraught for them. Their prom has been canceled.
Yeah.
Right. Graduation. Right now, our plan is to hopefully celebrate them twice. So we're going to have a virtual graduation the day that they were originally supposed to graduate. So we still have some way to celebrate them that day.
Nice.
And then we're hoping to do something else later in the summer as this cools down and we have more of a possibility to do that. But with that, there's a lack of motivation, right? Like they're losing something that they've been waiting for 4 years.
Yeah.
And it's been tough. I get emails, constant communication with them, just like, I don't have any motivation. I don't know how to do this. I I need your help. I need the structure of school. I just miss being in your classroom. I just
Wow.
miss being in the hallways, you know? And these are kids that when they were there constantly complained about being there,
now they
right?
now they
So
miss it.
it's, now they miss it. And then the freshmen, I teach what we call concepts and aim. So it's students that are a little bit behind in they're just a little bit behind, and so I work at a slower pace. I teach English 1 at like a slower pace, and they're used to having me by their side. You know, it's a lot of hand holding, and they need that. You know,
Yeah.
they need that support. That's what we're there for. You
That's
know, we're
yeah.
teachers. The teacher and student relationship is based off of that like closeness and being in that classroom and being able to just raise your hand and say, Miss Robles, can you come help me out? Right. And now it's not that. Now they message me, and let me tell you, my phone is blowing up.
I think I
But
hear it buzzing right now.
but it's not the same,
Yeah.
you know. And I do Zoom meetings with them, which have been great. Just seeing their faces really has been something that they needed to see each other.
Sure.
But I miss it. I miss the classroom so
Well, Andrew, let
much.
me ask you this for all of the people out there, like myself, who are parents, and we're sort of all adjusting to this new parenting, virtual world. What sort of advice would you give to us in terms of how we can make the academic experience as seamless as possible, both for our children and then also for the teachers out there as you're adjusting to this new world as well?
I definitely think creating a structure for the kids is extremely important. What I've noticed is that a lot of kids are waking up and hanging out, watching TV, doing nothing, and then, oh, let me do some schoolwork now, and okay, I'll watch some more Netflix, and then I'll do more schoolwork. They're not doing the more schoolwork part.
Right. Got to keep them structured.
Yeah, just have them sit down in an area that is not necessarily populated, so probably not the TV room, and have them there with their computer, if they're using a computer, whatever device they're using, their work, and have them work for a few hours. They should not be on the computer all day. They're kids, regardless of how old they are, they're kids, and they need to be able to do other things. And we're all in this time that is very uncertain. And so they still need time to be kids. And I'm trying to give my kids a lot of time to like self-reflect, and just figure out who they are through this, because it's very different. I mean, these kids have never been through anything like this.
Yeah.
And school still needs to be a priority, 100%. They still need that structure, and they are thriving off of it. Like that's, they need it. As kids, they just need that structure. But I definitely think it's important to have them do their work in the morning and then leave it be for a little bit.
Great advice.
Give them time to like go outside and play. Some of these kids aren't ever used to going outside playing.
I know, it's
right?
sad.
We don't do that anymore. So encourage that. Encourage communication with teachers. That is so important right now. Sending an email, hopping on the Zooms, whatever it is that the teacher is doing to communicate with that student, make sure the student is doing.
Got it. Great advice. And last question for you, Andrew. What's your favorite food?
Pizza. I've eaten so much of it.
All right. Well, we were going to get you a nice hot meal delivered to your house, but maybe if you've been eating too much pizza, maybe we'll get you something else. You choose anything you want.
Oh God, there's so many options.
We'll reach out and we'll coordinate it offline.
Okay.
Whatever all right. All right. But seriously though, on a serious note, as a parent, as somebody here in New York, but also, someone who's keeping their eye on, schools from across the country, we just wanted to say thank you. I think all of, us Americans really owe a debt of gratitude to teachers like yourselves. I think you guys are the unsung heroes in all this.
Thank you.
Workers who are really, making sure that our children remain, engaged, educated, and stimulated in this new virtual world. And you're doing an awesome job. So keep up the great work, Andrea.
Thank you. Thank you.
And for all you others, viewers out there, be sure to join us tomorrow for another episode of Essentially Heroes with another heroic essential worker who's on the front lines battling on behalf of all of us in this fight against COVID. Andrea, at N6A, we say keep fighting. Keep fighting for us out there in the school.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Take care, Andrea.
Bye.
Bye-bye.